Okay, I need everybody that's just coming across my channel to like, share, subscribe. I had to say it that slow because I haven't been doing YouTube, to be honest. Like, share, and subscribe. This is Hip Hop Mind State where I can be as raw as I want to be. So check this out. Like, share, and subscribe. Or it's either subscribe, share, and like. I don't got it down pat, even though I hear it 100 times a day. Welcome to Hip Hop Mind State. Check out this dope interview I did and learn something. You just blew me away. I didn't even know that. I thought you said, you know everything about me, Ron. No, I did not know that. So that's
I
interesting.
was listen. I used to rap with DJ Coke, Tim Coker, Tutu. Like my uncles literally used to bring all the everything, and I was fire. I was so fire, and I was so little, and I thought I was gonna be a rapper. I thought I was the next Roxanne Shante.
Okay, but you know what? When you say Roxanne Shante, the swagger, I can see that. I can see that. I can see
I
that.
listen. Sean LaBreeze is on there talking about. I didn't know that either. Yes, you did, Doge.
Yeah, we did not know. Well, I didn't know Tara had bars and was about to be Roxanne Shante second. But
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
now I did know. I did see some pictures of you, um, and you like you had the whole outfit on. It looked like you were about to shoot a video or something. So you've been around for a minute in this industry. Um, so let's slow down with your uncle. Okay. So what did he do with Grandmaster Flash? What was that?
My uncle is the original DJ Smoke from the Bronx. When they used to have disco fever back in the day, he used to go to block parties and stuff like that. And my uncle said that he was the one, here's what he told me, that he was the originator of cutting and scratching. You know, I remember when Melly Mel, Flash, Raheem, all of them used to come to my house when I was younger.
All right.
And so I'm a hip hop baby. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's in my blood. I don't know how to be anybody else. You know what I
Right.
mean?
You walk like hip hop.
Do I walk like pop it?
Walk like hip hop. You talk like hip hop. And that's one of the reasons why I love you so much because you are hip hop. Like that's a fact. And I don't think I've never seen nothing like this kind of company before. It's almost like a Mary J. Blige type publicist. Like it's just how when Mary J. Blige came in the game and they had never seen that before.
Right.
Uh, that's how I feel with Tara Thomas Agency in this PR world because you're somebody that looks like the sister from around the way, but you're giving us all these exclusive events and whatnot.
Everybody's just regular people.
Right. So that's cool. So it's not like what some people would think. Some people be some people can't handle that level of power, star power. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like to be like okay, God bless the dead. If you don't mind, like with X, um, how can I say this? What 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 can you tell us about X, being that you had that type relationship with him? Something just anything. What could you tell us about X and some of the time that you spent with him?
X was my family, and the only thing that I could tell you is that he took care of me. He never called me Tara. It was always Auntie. You know what I mean? I remember going to a show and they didn't want to let me come through, and he said, I'm not going on stage until my auntie comes through. You know what I mean? So what you saw with him is what you got. You know what I mean? X was not flashy. He was a very, very loving, kind person. Like a person would think that X was just all over the place and crazy and wanted to jump all over the stage. X wanted to watch TV and chill out with his family. So he was just he was the opposite of what people thought he was. He was just a really, really, really good person.
Right, no doubt. Um, okay, so with the Millennial Tour, of course, the dates are out there for everybody. If you want to know about the dates, you can go to tarathomasagency.com. If you are into the media aspect and you're looking to, be a part of the media aspect of it, you can also go to tarathomasagency.com. Find out all that information. Her Instagram is also Tara Thomas Agency. It's just Tara Thomas Agency across the board, even on Facebook. You guys can chime in and support the sister. You know what I mean? The sister is out here doing big things, and how real is it of her where she could just be like, you know what? I'm not doing your little funky, brand new little blog, Ron. I'm over here with Ted Riley, over here with DMX. Well, I want to do your little funky blog for her. And she takes the time out of her day to come do this. I really appreciate that. I want you to know that, sis. I really appreciate this.
Yeah. But you're being humble. You know, when my ass was all over the place, you was right there. Because I'm very, very good at going to get the people and putting it together, but I am not one to dot the I's and cross the T's. That kind of shit is just not what I do. Um, I'll go out there and get with it. You know, if you guys want to buy tickets, go to gsquaredevents.com. If you want to go to Freaknik, go to freaknikfestivals.com. You know, if you want to get media, I want to be clear. You have to have at least for the Millennium Tour 125K followers. If you do not have that many, do not send me an email requesting media credentials because I am going to deny it. Um, I just I don't have time to babysit, and no disrespect to anyone, but I just can't. I can't do it. My daughter's out there with me. She does, a lot of the work. And it's just for me to have to deal with new people that are just trying, and sometimes they become starstruck. Oh my God, it's Bow Wow, or oh my God, it's Omarion. Then I'm having to babysit you. You know, that's not what we're doing this time. So you have to have 125K followers.
Y'all hear that? If you want to be involved on the media aspect, you have to step your followers up. Put in that work. Don't just try to jump into the mainstream platforms and go berserk. Get your weight up with it. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's talk about uh, the experience that you had on tour.
Um, Raz B was like my son, of course. Bobby Valentino. I mean, everybody was so cool. The fans were a little aggressive sometimes.
Cool.
They wanted their meet and greets.
Right.
You know, I got threatened here and there,
Right.
but it was okay.
Right. Right. Right.
It was okay.
And so Freaknik, Freaknik. I just remember scrolling through the feed, and I was working on stuff, and then you guys hit me with something to share, and it was like a documentary or something, and you had did something in the documentary that kind of went viral. Um, what was that? Freaknik.
First of all, I had bad hair on that. Okay?
You had
No,
what?
I have bad hair on that documentary, but I said Freaknik was family friendly, and I was called all kind of oxymorons and all of that stuff. However, We sold 18,000 tickets.
How did how do you what advice would you give? I'm not just gonna go straight to the young artist that's watching it. I want to go to the young entrepreneur female that's out there watching this. And y'all can leave comments and ask questions too in the comments. The question is, smooth enough for me to deliver it. I will deliver it. So anybody want to drop any questions in the comments, um, definitely do it. Or Instagram, if y'all want to drop questions, Ricky relay it over to Facebook. Okay, so Tara, what advice could you give a young sister out there? And I mean everybody. It's not just sisters, but of course we need more black economics about the network and whatnot. So I'm gonna always promote the sisters. But what advice would you give a young woman that's wanting to do something in the industry, in the entertainment industry? What advice if they're just starting? What could you tell? Or the ones that already started? What could you give them?
The first thing that I'm going to tell you is don't sleep with people. Don't sleep around. That's the first thing. Keep your keep your self-respect. Don't don't think that I'm going to sleep with you and it's going to enhance your career. Don't do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that
Yeah.
doesn't work. And never think you know everything. You never too old to learn. Somebody can teach you something all the time. If you make a mistake, say okay. And always be willing to learn new things. Always be willing to learn how to do things a different way. Because I mess up. I mess up a whole lot. You know, just don't be afraid to learn.
That's real. Yeah, you learn from mistakes, so that makes a lot of sense. And then you put that work in, and you make the mistakes, you don't learn that one, so you don't make the same mistakes, and you get better. And I think that's part of it. You've been doing it so long that you become a professional. At some point, from even if it's just a professional, not making the same mistake. So yeah, that makes
Yeah.
a lot of. And um, okay, I have a couple more questions for you. Let me look over here at this feed. I have a couple more questions for you. So,
Are you echoing?
no, I'm not echoing over here. It might be if you have me on two devices. How many devices do you got on? Because if the volume is up on one, it could echo.
Hold on. Hold on.
Okay. Y'all, while she checks that echo, I'll give y'all a quick shout out. Y'all heard it. There is definitely a back to school event going on. We're about to ask her about that next. We're about to find out all the goodies about this back to school event that she got going on, where they're going to be giving away all kind of goodies and surprises. So I'm about to ask her all about that, so y'all can help them kids out there. She just gave some jewels to the young entrepreneurs out there, and y'all saw the youngin in the back. He already talking about dollar bills. So let's find out what they got for the kids back to school event, and what's going on with that. So I saw that. I flew it, of course. I shared it. Can you tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing with the kids?
Yes. So zone zone one music. Yes. Zone one music and Streets 945. What we're doing is we're going to spend about $30,000 on a Title One school. A Title One school is a lower income school. Um, it's going to be hosted by Little Bankhead. I manage him. He is one of the hottest radio personalities in Atlanta, and I do manage him.
Okay.
We're buying shoes, clothes, backpacks. Um, we're also going to give a family $1,000. A Step Beyond is going to be giving shirts to the children too.
A step
Um, a Step Beyond, uh-huh.
nice, nice.
Yeah, we're just trying to make a difference in the lives of these children. Hmm.
Yeah. Step Beyond Clothing. We'll be donating some clothes to this event, and we got Step Beyond out here in California, and it's fly. Ricky loves it. Um, so I'm sure those kids are going to definitely enjoy that. And just to reiterate what we're talking about for anybody that just chimed in. Tyra Thomas Agency is all over the place doing all kind of things, but coming up on July the 30th, from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., they're giving away goodies to the children for going back to school. And this, the gift of giving. And what better way to be blessed by giving blessings to others? You know what I mean? So y'all make sure that y'all go check that out. It's on. You'll find it on her Instagram, Zone One Streets 94.5, and um, shout out to G Square because G Square is also helping that, right?
Yeah, Zone One Music Familiar, the real okay.
Right, no doubt. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all check that out. Knowledge is the key to success. Keep that going. The real, what I'm saying, the real. How do you say her name?
The real Shantae.
The real Sante. You guys, I've heard her music, fire. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the normal thing. Be like, oh, okay, that's cool. It'll work. Her joint's fire. I don't just co-sign somebody that I don't think is hot. And I went and peeped her page out, and I was like, okay, she got it. She got the swag. She's delivering the bar. She's out there with Tara and all these companies giving back to the kids. That is what it is about. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what it's about. It's not just always about being selfish. How how Tyra, some of the people that we deal with, they just want to know what they can get, but they have nothing to give. And I love the fact that that's another thing I love about the agency. In the years that I've been working with you, you've always been giving. You always had gift bags. You're always doing something um, to give back. And a step beyond clothing, um, that that is they're gonna be out there on that day too.
Yes, A Step Beyond will be there that day. Um, they will be there. Another nonprofit, Don Scott, she'll be there. She helps children. She does a lot with children in foster care and whatnot. She's going to be there. That's like my sister. Melinda Santiago. Like I have so much support with this event
For the
that
people that don't know, who's Melinda?
Melinda is Bobby Valentino's manager. Um, Pleasure P is going to come out and support.
Nice, nice, nice. Sounds like it's gonna be an extravaganza. I might have to fly in for that one. What is Judah? Yeah, I might try for real. I got to be in Carolina anyway, so I'm gonna try to make that. And then tell me a little bit about uh, Real Scrappy, Jazzy Faye, and Pastor Troy. They did an interview a while back dealing with Freaknik. Um, um, when that happened, I don't know if everybody paid attention to it, but were you at that particular interview?
Absolutely. I was down there with them.
Okay. And I want everybody to understand what took place, because when we say a Freaknik, some of you guys may be saying to yourself that was what 1990 something and late 2000. Freaknik came back around, and there's been a lot of people saying that they're doing things with Freaknik, but this is the official Freaknik, right? Because I've heard all
Right.
kind of. It's like I didn't hear nothing about Freaknik until you guys did it, and now it's like all these little baby Freakniks running around.
Carlos Neal owns the trademark Freaknik.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. So yeah, so and then I'm just going through some of the things that you're doing. Is so much. So what about Ti son? I know that you work with him as well. Um,
I
King.
work with I work with I work with King, who's getting ready to go on tour. You do know that I had a show on TV in 2016 called Celebrity Mamas of Atlanta.
Yeah.
Um, I was the EP and the casting director of that. I had partners. We're no longer partners, but I had some partners.
Right.
Um, King is amazing. Um, you may see him pop up on a few of our dates on the Millennium Tour. It has not been confirmed yet, but maybe.
Right.
Um, Tiny and I, we're pretty close. So you just never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, King is out there. I've been watching him. He's out there putting in work. Like he stays active, and
Hmm.
I love that about him. That he every time he turn around, he's hitting that road, going on tour, or got his Instagram popping and whatnot.
Have you heard Eris?
I heard her singing the other day on your page.
Your
On your
baby
wall.
can she can sing. That little girl is amazing.
Yes, yes. She what's blowing me away is how she presents it also. Like she knows that she's presenting it. She'll drop the head and everything. Like she's ready. Yo. It's crazy. Yeah. She is amazing. And so with this tour that's coming up and the dates that's coming up and whatnot, um, there's gonna be a ton because last year it was a ton of photographers. Um, do let me ask you this for the people, because I'm asking you some of the questions that people ask me. Let's say they can't get on the millennial tour. Do you have other things that a photographer could be a part of, and if so, what would be the requirements that you would be looking for if they wanted to come out and come to cover some of your events?
Well, see, a photographer is different than somebody coming out to cover media.
Okay.
If you're a photographer, you you send me an email and you or either I look at it and then we look at some of their work because I'm always open to photographers.
Oh, okay.
Um, I let some of them know that they can't film though. We don't want photographers to come in and film.
Right.
So photographers can always email us and let us see some of their work. It's the media that, I'm kind of a stickler about. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
photographers I'm always open to.
Right. And I noticed another person that people ask me about because you post her a lot is Desi. Um, uh, I think that's Exodus Simmons. That's on your. That's the Instagram Exodus Simmons.
Uh-huh.
Desi 123 Love. Um, you support her a lot. Can you tell us why you share her on the wall that much?
That is my baby. Desiree Lindstrom is I do. That's like my daughter. That's um that's DMX's fiance, Exodus Simmons' mother. Um I've been knowing Desiree for almost 10 years.
Dope.
And she's just my baby. I don't even know what else to say. She falls in line to me like Tamisha and Shaughnessy, my daughters. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
attitude, just the the everything.
yeah. What is it like having your daughters on the road? Because I've seen them out there with you. Were they scared or are they prepared? Like, what's their mind state with it?
My daughters have been around entertainment for their whole life. No, no.
Mm.
They've been around this their whole life, so they can handle it. Um, my daughter that goes with me is just like me. So I have no worries about her. She acts just like me. She is a light skinned version of me.
Yeah, y'all. I'm about to say y'all do look alike. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
she's a, and she act like me. She'll turn up in 2.5 seconds. So yeah, she has every bit of me in her. So
Right,
I don't worry about her at all. All of my kids are me.
right, right. And what would you say when you say they're like you and they'll turn up in 2.5 seconds? What is your personality like? Just not business wise, industry wise, just you as an individual. What would you say your personality is like? I know you're a Cancer, but what is your personality like? Are you mean?
Unfor- Unfortunately, I am the alpha. I think I'm the sweetest thing unless you get on my bad side, but I am an alpha. Um, I like to get things done. Um, I don't like to cook or any of that. I feel like we could pay somebody to do all that. You know what I mean?
You don't like to
Because
cook,
that's what.
so
No.
you're not a traditional. You're not the traditional woman. You don't like to cook. You don't like
When
the
my children were little, yes. When my kids were little, yes.
So then, if you don't like to cook, Tara, how you gonna eat?
How do I what?
How do you eat if you don't
I
cook?
go out.
Okay, all right. I ain't
I
mad
mean,
at.
I will do it. I prefer not to, because there's other things that I feel like I can be doing. When my kids, I have three. When my children were old enough to cook, they learned how to cook, and they took care of me. I
Right.
paid the bills, and they did all of that. Like I had very, very self-sufficient children, so they knew how to do all of that. I didn't like to do any of that. I like to work.
Yeah, I'm about to say most people in the industry, they especially somebody that's been in it as long as you have, the time is consuming. Um, and going back to that, I told you I was going to go forward. That real quick, I was going to jump back. I want to jump back in time real quick to you told me about your uncle and Grandmaster, being the first thing around the Grandmaster Flash era. But as far as you, the rapper part, the Shantae, and during that time, are you meeting people? Because this is before the airport. In the airport, I understand you was meeting everybody in the ATL and whatnot. So that was like adding on to your career. But before that, were you in New York during that time that you were pursuing it?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So were you meeting legends in New York during that time?
I was, and then my father was in the military, and then he went to, and then he
You,
went to Augusta.
okay.
hmm Then my father was stationed in Augusta because he was military, and then we went there, and it was just awful. I hated it,
Right, right.
um, because I was a little different. You know what I mean? I was a little rough around the edges.
Yeah.
You
You
know?
you had the New York swag in the South, right? Yeah. That's not
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not easy at all.
It,
Especially
it, it
dirty, sir. That's the dirty South. That's
and it was really really hard. And anybody that knows me knew that I was a little fighter. You know what I mean?
you was out
And
He was in Augusta beating people's asses. He was out there. He was out there causing trouble.
My whole family was like that, and it wasn't good. And I promise you, when I was able to leave, I was out of there. Bye
Right,
bye.
right. So so okay, let me get it straight. New York kind of groomed you because it sounds like you was like almost an industry baby, like
Right.
growing around all these legends and your uncle being like a legend himself. And you guys, I'm gonna share that link to that information too, also. So, grown in New York, come down south, start figuring out, I guess, not to have that New York, I'm gonna kick everybody ass attitude, start developing into the woman that becomes the CEO. So you get out of Augusta and then you come towards
Virginia. I got married. I went to Virginia.
okay, so you didn't go further south, you went back up.
I went to Virginia. I went to Norfolk, Virginia.
Okay, I got
Lived
people.
there for a while. Then I went to
How,
Texas.
how did you like Virginia?
I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Okay.
Um, I
Virginia,
I I
real,
love I love Virginia Beach.
yeah,
Loved it.
Virginia
Whew.
Beach. Yeah, that's for real.
Um,
Rails area.
yeah.
Yeah,
I,
Terry
I
Rock
love
a lot
I
too.
love Virginia, and then I moved. I think I moved to. Then I moved to DC, and then I moved to North Carolina.
What?
Hmm
I didn't know that.
I moved to New Bern,
Wow.
North Carolina, because I got married again.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I went to Texas because I got in trouble in Texas, and it changed my life in Texas because I got in trouble. You know, and then I went.
Wait a minute. So I know that you have a book that's coming out soon. So, and is that the trouble you talking about?
That happened in Texas. Yes.
Oh wow! I don't know why I thought that was up north somewhere. I didn't know that was Texas.
No, it was in Texas.
Well, y'all see why she's a good PR. She's been everywhere. She done been there all across the United States. You was on tour before you started the tour. Yeah. You probably go back through states and people like, how you been? You're like, damn, you done lived all over.
I have. But my father was military too, so we've traveled a lot.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah, my pops, God bless the dead, my pops was military too. Um, he kind of, you know, he took us to different countries. Have you been out of country before, Tara?
Germany, uh-huh.
Oh, you been in Germany? Me too. Me too. Darmstadt, Germany,
We
Frankfurt.
went to Walderflick.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't go there, but I went to Frankfurt and Darmstadt. And then yeah, so okay. Okay, so fast forward. You make the transition. You said you started the celebrity. What was it like getting to Atlanta, not being from Atlanta, having all that industry credit? And did you have to prove yourself in Atlanta, being that you were from New
Well,
York?
I was I was I, I've never had to prove myself anywhere. Period.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I've just always been me. I've never been one of those people that felt like I had to prove myself to anybody. Um, my father raised us to know who we are. We knew, like I know who I am as a woman and as a person. You know
Right.
what I mean? I'll
Yeah.
go in the room and I don't have to say anything to anybody, and I probably know more people than anybody in that room.
Mm.
You know what
True.
I mean? Because I don't have to prove anything. And I
Right.
raise my kids to be the same way. You know what I mean? You don't
Yeah.
have to worry about the pennies on the floor. You worry about the dollars on the table.
Uh, y'all hear that? That's Jews. That's wisdom. That's wisdom y'all getting. And when you get this kind of wisdom, soak it up. You know what I mean? Make sure y'all soak that up. That's heavy. I like that saying. You probably got tons of sayings in your mind. Probably got tons of sayings that you live by.
I remember, Ronnie, one time I went to this job and my hair was purple. And I went to this job one time, my hair was purple.
Huh?
And because I'm a certified property manager. And he was interviewing me, and of course I got gold teeth in my mouth and my hair was purple.
Right.
And he was sitting there and he was beet red. And he looked at me and he said, "Well, you're gonna have to move doing all that. You got to move over." And so um he said, "You can't, if you're hired, you can't come in here with your hair like that." And I said, "I have a degree and I speak Spanish."
Right.
He said, "And can you take those gold teeth out?" I said, "I'm over 30. They're not pullouts." Right?
Right.
And I knew I didn't get the job at the time, but I promised, I was like, I wanted to say, hold on, somebody's trying to get on here. Let me tell them where to go. Um, I wanted to say, what I wanted to say.
Right. Basically, you were gonna be you regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna always be me. Um,
Right.
it's a blessing, curse, because I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a it's a curse because some people can't handle it. So
Yeah.
maybe for that reason, because just in the years that I've rocked with you, it's been a straight blessing. And it's to me, it's just a curse of the motherfuckers that can't handle it. Like, you know what I mean?
You get mad at me too.
Nah, you know what? It's been times that I'm like, I'm glad I'm in another city right now. You know what I'm saying? By the time I see her, I be there calmed all the way down. And I don't really get mad at you. I just, it's like that brother and sister thing. It's just like that.
Yeah.
You're one of the only, you're one of the few females that can cuss me out. And I'd be like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you get all that shit off. You know what I mean? Because it's like a team. And then, usually after we growl on each other, we fucking get money. So it's all good. Um, when I think before it got chopped off, I was asking you about um, if someone wanted to work with you, um, what kind of advice you could give them in working with you, and then that's when it kind of froze.
Well, they would probably have to talk to Tamisha, you, or Jade, um, because I really don't have time to talk to people. Um,
Yeah,
but because it's always the same thing that I get from people, you know what I mean? I kind of want you guys to vet people before they come to me, because I don't have a very good judge of who, because I want to give everybody a chance. Like, okay, sure, come on, yeah.
yeah. Because you used to do artist development, like you used to help artists or something like not something like artist
I used
development.
I used to manage JT Money.
Y'all see that? Like, keep saying shit like it's like Leroy is somebody or MC. I'm just getting started. You know what I'm saying? She keeps saying these legends like it ain't nothing. She's I used to manage
That's
JT.
my brother. Like when I
JT,
tell you,
okay. Poison Clan,
Mr.
right?
Mr. Who that, who that, who that, who that, who that, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's my brother.
yeah.
When I
And,
tell you,
hey, what's my boy name? Um, uh, the comedian guy. Uh, the guy that be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He be doing the little things. Popping. His name is not in my mind right now, but yeah, I agree with you. I'm sorry. Keep going. Poison Clan.
I I've done so much stuff, and Sean LaBreeze. I ain't gonna call him Sean LaBreeze. Doge. Like I've had so many people that just have rocked with me in this industry. You know what I mean? Trick Daddy's brother Charles, X, JT, Kiss, Styles, Cousin L. Oh my God, Faith Evans. Like it's just so genuine. Ricky Rush, Valens, like just so Teddy, Keith Sweat, Bull. Bull is my brother. Prodigy, Pleasure
Well,
P. Like it's
amazing, like just legends down the road. In that picture, I seen a picture with you backstage with a barber. I can't, I don't know when it was or where it was, but it was Jermaine Dupri was back there. You were back there in the
with
picture.
Fade.
Fade, yeah,
Probably with Fade. He was Jay Boog's barber. He was Jay Boog's barber. Um, Fade was real dope. He came out on the road with us when we had B2K and Chingy. He was on the first Millennium tour.
right.
Um, Amazing barber. He's from California. Um, then I think we went to the Essence Festival when Teddy had me fixing plates for Jermaine Dupri, Tank. Believe it or not, I've been knowing Tank for years, years, years. Tank didn't remember me. I had to
Right.
pull his old phone number up from when he was in New York for him to remember me.
Damn,
He said,
you go to
"Damn, that was a
like
long time ago."
right, right. I know you like well shit.
He did.
That's
He
real.
did. He was like, "Man," and we were in. I was in New York maybe 9, 10 years ago, casting a movie called "Blame It on the Hustle."
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm pretty cool with Makai Pfeiffer. Um, we just have re- I just have the most amazing relationships that came from relationships that I've been in. You know what I mean? So, you know, XM they introduced me to, you know, Bloodline, Vacant Lot. They opened a whole bunch of doors for me,
Right, and
to
that's
do the thing.
Craig, right? Craig,
Huh?
Craig,
No, that's DMX and Grease.
Grease. Oh, Grease who? Dame Grease.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, indeed, indeed. Dame Grease in the building. That's another legend. You know what I mean? We need to get Dame on Drink Champs, man, because he got some history. He got some history in the game. Yeah. Yeah, as my man, I wish I could remember that comedian name. Oh my God,
Yeah.
the guy that does the little skits. He be working with that. You introduced me to him. Um, who
Gerald
something Jack?
Kelly,
No, Jackson on
Michael
Instagram.
Blackston. I know Michael Blackston. Is it Michael Blackston?
No, not Michael Blackson. Even though I know you plugged the Michael Blackson too, but
Yes.
I was talking about Jordan. Who's Jordan? Jordan Jackson.
Jordan Jackson,
What's the guy that he works with? That
Country Wayne.
you Country Wayne. There you go. He always talk about yeah, yeah,
See,
yeah.
those are those Fabian knows those people. I really don't know those people, but he knows them.
Yeah,
And he's a comedian too. I'm just, I'm support
yeah,
of, of all that stuff. I
yeah.
just,
For those that's watching on Instagram, Fabian Chandler is a comedian and he's also the CEO of a Step Beyond Clothing. Very funny dude, and he's very ATL. And that's what I was. My impression just now was that ATL impression because they got this certain swag with them, and it's just hilarious. You know what I mean? I love that ATL swag though. And
yeah, he's a comedian and the ATL swag. He has this he's coming out with a show that's hilarious that he's been working on. So it just be looking out for him. A Step Beyond Clothing is doing some new things.
right.
Um he he has a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully I'll be a part of it. We'll see.
Yeah, I
Um
wanna. I'm gonna do a shameless plug. This I tell everybody that watches this. This is not some major production. This is my personal vlog. So when Tara don't have the whip out and she ain't, you know what I'm saying, slaying me with the whip, and she's actually too far to hit me with the whip, I'm over here doing this.
Yeah. So right there, what happened was it froze. There's way more content as far as that particular interview. That was done a while back. We're about to do another one, so I wanted to upload that one onto this YouTube. Even though a lot of people have seen it on other platforms, I wanted to circle it back around, put it on this YouTube channel, Hip Hop Mind State. This is where y'all can see the raw interviews, raw exclusive stuff that you just can't see on regular TV at the moment. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Hip Hop Mind State. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be focused on it. I'm gonna upload more content, and I'm gonna keep it going. I appreciate everybody that's taking the time to check me out. If you've known me before, just know I'm a whole different beast right now. I'm in a whole nother zone. So grow with me, walk with me, talk with me, and like scripts. I can't even like, share, and subscribe. All right, Hip Hop Mind State. Make sure you subscribe to my other channel, Real Online Network. Make sure you also tap in the TaraThomasAgency.com, and I'm gonna fly that other interview with a step beyond clothing. Since these interviews, y'all, we took it to another level. We're already at another tour. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you tap in the Tara Thomas Agency to find out the latest on the Millennial Tour and everything else she got going on right now. And then I'm gonna tap back in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show the interviews I've done, and then I'm gonna show y'all where we're at now after those interviews took place. All right? So like, share, and subscribe.